classes. Myself Parmesh, I am your social teacher of 7th standard. Dear students, now we are in the lesson of Mughal Empire. In the Mughal Empire, we have discussed about all the Akbar, Babur, Humayun and the greatest kings. And the last video we have discussed about the Aurangzeb and also the important rebellions against the Mughal Empire. So let us recapitulate one by one, later get into the today's class. So Aurangzeb, he was considered the Muslim Orthodox. I mean, he was strictly following the Muslim rules. Okay, and that is why he started hate, or he did not like to the other religions. So that is why he destroyed the Hindu temples. Okay, and also he reimposed the jizya and pilgrimage taxes. Okay, what is jizya and pilgrimage tax? Jizya means a non-Muslim tax. Pilgrimage in the sense it is for the temple, to visit the temple they should pay the taxes. So these are the two important taxes he reimposed in his administration, and also he brought the Quran principles in his administration. Okay, that is why he was started opposed, or there are many people, a number of people are opposed him. So that is why the revolts are started. The one of the important revolts are the Sikh revolt or Sikh rebellions. So there is a Tej Bahadur. The Tej Bahadur, he opposed the jizya tax in Delhi. He was killed by the Aurangzeb, and his son Sundar Singh, he started new community of Sikh community, and also he introduced the 5 castes. 5 castes in the sense Kesh, Kangana, Kirpan, Kacha and Kara. There are 5 castes are introduced by the Govinda Singh, and there is a tradition was started. In the last video we already discussed it. Okay, and also in the south India there is a Deccan wars are started against the Aurangzeb. The Deccans were completely the leader was the Shivaji. Shivaji continuous attack of the Aurangzeb, and completely he has lost all the wars and he has died. Okay, so this is all we have learned it in the last class, and also we have learned it the important administration. The administration has been divided into provinces, districts and taluks. So the administration has been divided, and also the Kotwal system has been introduced for the maintaining of law. Okay, this is all about we have learned it in the last class, and today's class we are going to learn about the very important point of the second one, revenue system. The revenue system has been introduced especially in the period of Akbar. There is a Todara Malla. So Todara Malla, he has designed one of the land revenue system. According to the land revenue system, who had the land revenue, the taxes were going to be collected by according to their fertile land. So that was the system, or that was the plan has been executed by the Raja Todara Malla. He was the land revenue minister in the period of Akbar. So that was the famous of land revenue or revenue system. The next one is the literature. So literature is also very famous in the Mughal Empire. So especially in Akbar period and also Shah Jahan period, and also most of the kings, they have encouraged the literature, and also they have famous poets are Abdul Fazal, okay, Nizamuddin, Badauni, and also Darakoshuka. Darakoshuka, he was a king, he was a prince. Okay, he has also started writing of many books, and also he had translated Bhagavad Gita to Hindi. Okay, he has translated the Bhagavad Gita. What is the name of the one? Darakoshuka was a prince. He was translated the Bhagavad Gita, and also as I told Abdul Fazal, he has a great poet. He has written a book of Akbarnama. Akbarnama book has been written by the Abdul Fazal, and also as I told you that Babur he has written himself autobiography, that is Babarnama. So these are the great poets, and also the great books has been you can see in the Mughal Empire, and also in the literature. So in the Hindi language, so Hindi language was developed by there is a Bhakti cult. So in the Bhakti cult, the Ramacharita book has been written by the Tulsi Das. So Tulsi Das was in the 17th century. There was a Bhakti cult was famous by the Tulsi Das because of his books of Ramacharita Manasa. So this is all about the literature of the Mughal Empire, and also we can learn about the architecture. So architecture, when it comes to the architecture, architecture, there is a one king we can remember, that is Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan is called, in this period, Shah Jahan period is called a golden era of architecture, because he has constructed the many important mosques, the many important ports, and also many important buildings were constructed by the Shah Jahans. As we name, if you remember that Moti Mahal, Agra Port, Taj Mahal, Red Fort, these all the things were constructed by the Shah Jahan. And also the Taj Mahal. Taj Mahal was constructed by in the memory of his wife of Mumtaz. Okay, and also you can see the other important ports like Humayun's tomb was constructed by the Akbar, and also Fatehpur Sikri was constructed by the Akbar. So, and also these are the important, and there is Jama Masjid also is constructed by the Akbar. So Jama Masjid, it is the tallest building in our country. Okay, Jama Masjid, it is a 40-meter height. Okay, it is also called the Bulain Darwaj. So Bulain Darwaj or Jama Masjid, it is constructed by the Mughal in the period of Mughal Emperor, and also it is what is the height of the Jama Masjid? 40 meter. It is our tallest building in India. Okay, this is all about the architecture which is done in the, which can be seen in the Mughal Empire. And also paintings. So paintings are very constructed, because when we are speaking about the Agra Fort, so palace or any tombs, you can see the different kinds of paintings were designed. So in the period of Akbar, okay, Akbar was encouraged the paintings. Okay, and also the another king is Jahangir. So in the Jahangir, the son of Akbar, Jahangir also gave the more importance for the paintings. So in this period, the paintings were encouraged and it. Okay, so in the period of Jahangir. And also you can see the music. Music was also more encouraged by all the important kings, like especially Akbar. Akbar, he had divided the 7 groups, and one day by day, every day one group is going to be performed. So that is why for the entertainment. But actually it was stopped by the Aurangzeb. Aurangzeb, he was completely orthodox Muslim. So according to the Muslim, according to the Quran, so entertainment was prohibited. So that is why Aurangzeb, he did not support for the music. He has completely prohibited the music in his administration. Okay, this is all about the things we have learned. You can learn about the culture of administration. Okay, in the next point, we can going to learn about what is the reasons or declining of Mughal Empire. Okay. The decline of Mughal Empire. So what are the declining of the Mughal empires, or where they had gone wrong, or where they went wrong? So if you look at the points, so first point is the chief state becomes corrupt. So Mughal emperor after the Aurangzeb, they were not strict, and also they were not loyal to the subjects or loyal to the people. So they were become a corrupt. They were become a corrupt, and also they were completely mingled in the. They were spending more time in the enjoyment. For that they needed money, so that is why they have become corrupt. They will not be loyal to the people. Okay, that is the first reason of declining of Mughal Empire. And also second one is the provincial governors took advantage. So the provincial governors, as we know already, the completely Mughal Empire, the administration has been divided like provinces, districts and taluks, isn't it? So provinces, the head of the province is governor. The head of the province is governor. The governor, they have took the advantage while they were announcing, while they were giving the freedom. So they have took advantage, and also they have completely divided the Mughal Empire. So this was not controlled by this was not stopped by the Mughal kings. So that is the second reason. The third reason, the Aurangzeb's desire. So Aurangzeb, as you know already, he was an orthodox Muslim. He was completely following the Muslim rules. Okay, he had a desire that complete the India wants to be translated to the Muslim or Islam country. So that desire made many Indians to start the revolt against the Mughal dynasty. So the desire of the Aurangzeb, which he wants to translate the India to Muslim country, that desire is main reason of the declining of the Mughal dynasty. Okay, and also next one is the prolonged warfare. So Prolonged warfare in the sense the continued wars of the against the Mughal dynasty. Like as I told you that Sikh and as well as Shivaji. So Sikh and as well as Shivaji continuously they have started attacking the Mughal empire. So that was the main reason. Continue prolonged warfare is started declaring the Mughal empire. Okay, and also the another one is the Nadir Shah, Persian invader. So Nadir Shah, how the Babur has come from the Central Asia and he attacked the Ibrahim Lodi in the 1526 Panipat war. Same way, the Mughal emperor was attacked by the one of the Persian invader, that name called is Nadir Shah. Nadir Shah was attacked the Mughal emperor and he completely looted the wealth of the Mughal emperor. Okay, and also he looted the Kohinoor diamond and also Peacock throne. So Kohinoor diamond and Peacock throne are the very important, world famous of Kohinoor diamond and also Peacock throne were looted by the Nadir Shah, or he was a Persian invader. So like this, these are the main reasons of the declining of Mughal empire. So dear students, right now as of you know, you have learnt about the how the Mughal dynasty was established by the Babur, and also after the Babur there is Humayun come. Okay, and Humayun, after the Humayun there is Akbar has come to the power. After the Akbar there is Jahangir comes to the power. After the Jahangir there is a Aurangzeb comes to the power. These are the important kings of the Mughal empire. So and also we have discussed about the important contribution of in administration. Okay, in administration they have divided into three parts: province, districts, taluks, and also the land revenue system that was designed by the Todramalla, isn't it? And also when it comes to the architecture, there is the Shahjahan. In his period, complete the Mughal dynasty was called Shahjahan period, the golden era of architecture, because he had constructed the many important buildings and monuments and also tombs, isn't it? And also we have learnt about the important when it comes to the music. So music also, the Akbar has been divided in 7 groups. So every day the one group is going to be perform or entertainment for in this court. And also the famous immortal singer of Tansen was present in the Akbar's court. And also we have learnt at last point we have learnt about the declining of Mughal empire. So these are the very important things we have learnt in the Mughal empire. Here your chapter is complete. So thank you one and all.